421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Hello, Husker fans. Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for all your automotive needs. Whether new or used, car, truck, crossover, SUV, or EV, we've got them. Shop our ever-changing specials at ZollnerofBeatrice.com or give us a call today and go Big Red. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
M-Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. Go bold this summer and fall with endless possibilities. Stop in now for the best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coats, dress pants, and dress shirts. M-Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We got power, Nick. We got power.
We didn't have to go through what they went through.
No, and shout out to Sip and Coach and Jake. I know Jake was back there like a mad scientist, like that meme, Nick, that comes online. That guy's trying to plug in all these. He's just sitting there with his hands behind his back, and he's looking at all these buttons and cords and dials. Man, shout out to those guys, because that is an uncomfortable feeling. And to the listeners, first of all, to the listeners that bared with them. I mean, when it's out of your control, it's just out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it until it gets back up. So, and big shout out to the whoever came and took care of that, Nick. Who was it, the electricians or whoever?
Yeah, big shout out to him.
Big shout out to him, Nick, like whoever that is.
Well, there's a lot of people in play. Our engineer Eric is in play. There's a lot of bodies that have worked through it this morning.
And you know the thing about Nick, I was thinking about this morning. When you do something live compared to something else, no one knows. You know what I'm saying? No one knows. But when it's live and people are anticipating it, the breakers, it just gets exacerbated even that much more. It gets exponentially worse. But thanks for being patient with them. Those things are totally out of control. You think about your job when something goes wrong. I mean, it's like, well, nothing I can do about it.
And nobody knows.
No one knows. And what these guys do and what we do, it just happens to be, on air, and you're anticipating it. So again, thank you for all your patience. Shout out to the tri-stool caddies, I always call them tri-stool guys. They call them what they call them, tri-stool. What do they call themselves?
Something stool.
Three-legged stool.
Yeah.
Three-legged stool crew got it in still. I can just imagine them. I was sitting at home writing it because I'll turn it on while I'm writing in the morning. And I could see Sip, Bush, and Jake just sitting in the dark. Hey, what do we do, guys?
Sip was wearing shorts today. It was like a weird morning. I walked in. I said, Sip. This was an actual quote that I said to him. I said, Sip, I don't think I've ever seen your legs. And I listen, man, there were like patches of hair, but there was like also not patches of hair. It was a weird sight.
Sip is his own dude, man.
He
had his own
quirkisms. And he had the long socks pulled up as tight as you could pull them up. And they were Adidas brand, and he had Adidas shoes on.
At least the best.
And he goes, Nick, hey, swim. Now here's the deal. Look, they're matching. And he pointed to both. He's like, Adidas. He's like, that's a good thing, right? And so he just went on and on about how he had matched his socks and his shoes.
I'm a big boy now.
Yeah. And he goes, I'm trying to wear short pants a little more often.
Oh, man. Sip is in a league of his own, man.
Yeah.
League of his own. Folks, we got a beautiful Wednesday morning. We got one more sleep until the NFL season kicks off. You got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow night. I sent Pete a text very early this morning, responded back to his. Pete's like a vampire, though, man. He'll go to bed like at 1.
Never sleeps.
Yeah, something crazy like that. But so I'm not sure how much he's anticipating the game tomorrow. But we have that.
Maybe he's staying awake tonight and pulling all-nighters so he can fall asleep during the Cowboys game so he doesn't have to watch it. Maybe that's what Pete's doing.
That is one way to miss it.
A lot of people will be like, well, they can't lose if I can't remember it, and they'll turn to the bottle. Pete just turns to sleep.
Just goes to sleep.
He says, let me just sleep during the game.
I'm not going to go to the bottle. I'm just going to bed.
Yeah. Cowboys can't lose if I can't remember it. No, in all seriousness, do not do that.
Don't do that.
There are safer ways to cope with a bad team.
Yes. We got a great show for today, 9:30. Obviously, the top 25 was released yesterday. Also, Nick brought up a great point this morning in our morning text regarding, just this week one's games that took place. And you know what, Nick, I'm going to say this upcoming week, you have a lot of border battles that are coming up this week as well. There's going to be for great television. The only thing that sucks about the game time of the Oklahoma game is at the same time in the Huskers game. So I'm going to have dual screens going on during that one. 10 o'clock, we got sound bites from the coordinators yesterday. So we'll discuss that and break that down. 10:30. We got more talk, NFL action, college action, because there's been some coaches that had some battle of some words. You got Dabo talking about math. Well, Brian Kelly doesn't think his math is mathin', put it that way. And then, and then we'll also talk about, man, shots were fired from, I'm a man, I'm 40.
There it is.
Gundy threw some shots that landed in Oregon, talking about the big coffers they got up there. Lanning said, oh, no, you didn't.
You got to pay.
No, you didn't.
You got to spend money.
So we're going to discuss that in depth. And Nick, before we dive into the shocker you sent me this morning, because I didn't heard about that until you sent to me. Question for the text line. We talked yesterday a little about old school, just better times, better days, jumping off bikes. Did you have, if you're old enough, did you have a big wheel or a green machine?
Yeah, you sent me this.
Wheel. You had no idea what I was talking about, did you?
Listen. First segment, big wheel or green machine? And I thought to myself, what am I missing here? I didn't know what either one of them was. Didn't even know. There was no context as well. There's pretty deep context in the stuff. We'll send each other articles, and we might touch on some things. A lot of the stuff that we might even send back and forth or talk about, we might not get to on the show. But
did the Green Machine throw you off a little bit?
You sent me Big Wheels or Green Machine. Just like that, I thought, I don't know what we're getting ourselves into, but I better have some sort of an idea.
Did you look it up?
I did.
What would you prefer, Nick, now that you looked it up in pictures? Because you were too young. Would you have went with a Big Wheel or Green Machine? Text line, let us know on the Allo text line. If you're old enough to remember, 402-464-5685.
I can't do the Big Wheel. I think the Green Machine looks cooler.
It was an optics thing.
Yeah, it was an optics. It's all about painting a picture.
Oh, look at the text coming in. Dave says, I loved my Green Machine, Big DF. Big B says, I'm old enough that I had both. Big B.
Big B. You make fun of me. Big B grew up in the birds.
Yeah, he grew up in the bird. He goes, I actually had both of them.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you were able to come down from your penthouse. Big B?
It depends on which day I was going. If it was a Monday or Tuesday, I would prefer the Green Machine, depending on the color of my lunchbox.
That's right.
And the series of my lunchbox.
Big B had 5 different lunchboxes, one for every day.
You know what ours was, Nick? A brown paper bag.
That's what mine was.
That was used all week.
That's what mine was.
Don't you throw that bag away.
But now they probably raised the prices of the brown paper sacks so people can't bring them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you used to be able to buy the pack of 300 lunch sacks for brown sacks. And it was like once a year, mom's got to buy the brown paper bags for the cold lunches.
Cold lunches.
I don't know. I haven't bought one of those in a long time.
It's been a while. Old Dad 34, Big Wheel in the late 70s. I hear you, Old Dad. Feel the burn. He goes, I had the He-Man Big Wheel and Knight Rider. That Knight Rider was off the chains, man. Nick,
that sounds good.
You remember that show, Knight Rider?
The only Knight Rider reference I know is from Benchwarmers, where they talk about Kip from Knight Rider.
Kip. The music was bum 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 bum.
Nope, I had no idea.
Bum 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 boom bum boom bum boom bum bum bum.
Sounds like something I'd like.
Yeah, it went pretty cool. Murph, what's up, Murph? He goes, in those days, what I wanted didn't matter. What I got was a big wheel.
He goes, I do miss the sound of rocks rattling on the wheel.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's going to be. Like, I wonder, so okay, what's the year that, like, what's the time frame that we're talking about with Big Wheels and Green Machines?
Late 70s, mid 80s. Yeah, late
okay.
70s.
So what is it going to be from like the 2000 to 2015 that in 35, 40 years, I'm going to look back and be like, guys, I'm going to be doing a show. I'm gonna be like, guys, do you remember growing up, we had this?
That's with technology now.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like,
it might be a hologram.
Do you remember the iPod Touch? That's what it's gonna be.
Well, Nick, okay, so this show, now I'm really aging
we used
myself.
to have to be connected to Wi-Fi to send messages.
Well, Nick, think about this. This technology, all this touchscreen stuff, this is your generation.
100%.
I remember I got the Yellow Sport Walkman.
Okay.
And it was water resistant.
Now,
and it was
not waterproof.
Water resistant. So
okay.
You just couldn't be dunking the thing. But it was like the size of an iPad almost. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it was smaller, of course, but it just shows you how quickly things change with technology and how fast it's gone.
Somebody said on the text line, Nick, probably Razor scooters, because we can talk about how you just destroyed the back of your ankles.
Yes.
Every single time on those things. I'm sure your kids, you guys got your kids Razor scooters.
Yeah.
The little ones where you had to pedal with the left foot or whichever foot you wanted to, I guess.
Yeah. And then skateboards kind of came back during your generation too, Nick, because Keenan was an avid skateboarder.
They have that stupid thing where it's like the finger skateboards. Those are stupid.
That looks just dumb to me.
Scott, and I agree. Scott in Minnesota says hoverboards that caught on fire. They did have a fire problem.
Yes, I remember that.
My parents never let me have a hoverboard. It was nope. If you want it, you can pay for your own money. I remember I was like 9. So this would have been 2010. I remember asking when I was like 9 or 10 so 2010, 2011. That's the time frame we're at here. I remember asking for an MP3 player, like an MP3 player to play music. And I was like, guys, I want this one so bad from Shopco because it has a touch screen. And it was, I mean, that was where we were at.
That was state of the art.
I was state of the art. And I got it. I ended up getting it. It was one of those Christmas presents that my parents left the receipt on their bed. And I unintentionally found the receipt.
Next, let's be honest.
I
Come
never
on.
searched for presents.
Nick, it's 15 years ago. You could have just admit now.
No. I never searched for
You
presents.
was getting your Inspector Gadget on.
Nope. Never searched. I mean, there was a couple of times.
Okay,
where,
thank you.
There was a couple of times where I'd peek, but if it wasn't out in plain sight, my parents were really good about switching up the hiding spots every year. So.
Too ripped to quit. I had a Firestone Stingray bike, monkey handlebars, and banana seat, 1965.
This is what I'm talking about. Somebody on the text line says, don't be hating on the tech decks, the fingerboards. Come on, man.
on, man.
Somebody got mad at us. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. They come up here. I just remember kids getting them taken away in high school. And I was like, really? We're high school. We're like not fingerboarding, but like tech decks or whatever they're called. And he's just like, and I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we doing a flip with these tiny miniature skateboards with our fingers?
A lot of things.
Somebody got
changed,
mad. Fingerboards.
I'll read these real fast. No text for 4311, 2015. The first flip phone. Absolutely. The
Okay.
Flip,
I
the
remember
flip.
I had my first phone in 8th grade was a slide.
Mhm.
It was one of the slide ones. It was cool because it had the modern look of the touch screen on the front.
Mhm.
But then you don't think you can text by that touch screen. You got to slide it out. And I remember uploading the MP3 songs as the ringtones for that song. But Scott in Minnesota says Heelys came back.
Oh,
Did you ever ride those Heelys?
Well, my boys had them.
Really?
You weren't going to see me on those things, man. No.
I had never tried those.
No.
I don't know. Something about having wheels in the back of your shoes.
Yeah, that was an
What
ACL
a-
waiting to happen for
What
me.
what a bizarre combination.
And
If you
Keenan would
truly
just-
think about it.
Keenan would just be zipping down the hallways in the street with him, man. I'm just like, man, we used to. Now, Nick, I'm old enough to remember the skates that you tied on your shoes. They were metal. If you
I
remember
those.
the metal skates, those of you that are 40, probably about 40 plus and older, the metal skates, you would literally tie them on your existing shoe and you would just skate on those, man. You just adjusted it at the bottom.
My favorite part was you'd be walking down the hallway of a school and kids would have we called them wheelies.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe they're Heelys. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But they would scuff the floor.
Yes, the
Because
janitors hated it.
the little wheels would scuff the floors in the hallways of the schools.
My brother Daniel's one of the custodians over at Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
And been there for 25 years. And I tell you what, they did not like these basically wearing
Heelys.
skates, down the hallway, man.
man.
It was crazy. Nick, we got a full show, but man, you peeped me out to something this morning. We always like going back to better times. So we'll talk about that as well. The big wheels, the green machines. I got some more coming up for this week later, but imagine if someone paid you not to come to work.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be pretty
literally
sweet.
would pay you not to come to work. Nick, fill them in on what we're talking. Not
So-
just a little bit of money,
Yeah.
a lot of money.
This came out this morning, and obviously a lot of it is still being discovered as we talk about it. But so Kawhi Leonard, and this is a way for them to kind of circumvent the salary cap. Pablo Torre, who does a lot of these kind of going down the rabbit hole and really investigating on some of these sorts of stories and just random things that kind of get brought to the forefront. Pablo Torre comes out with a report earlier today, and Yahoo Sports is now reporting it. Kawhi Leonard reportedly signed a $28 million endorsement deal with a fraudulent tree planting company funded from the Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, per Pablo Torre. Quote, it was to circumvent the salary cap. And so it was a way that obviously, once again, they labeled it as a $28 million endorsement deal for a no-show job with a fraudulent tree planting company funded by Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. It was a way to circumvent the salary cap, a source told Yahoo Sports.
But Nick, maybe it was a tree like Mr. Miyagi's tree. Maybe these were some highly
I mean, maybe.
$28 million.
$28 million for something that's trying to protect the environment.
And the
I
company
mean,
went bankrupt.
yeah.
So was it a shell just for the sake of it? Did he just build this company up for this? I mean, when you have that type
It's
of
so
money that Ballmer
unfortunate.
has, he's a billionaire. So
Yeah.
$28 million is nothing to him. Starting a farce company to
Mhm.
circumvent a rule. So, I mean, Nick, I'm going to ask you this, man. I'm just asking. I mean, how bad could this get for them?
Well, I think, there's
If it comes out to be true.
yeah, you're talking. I mean, a lot of times Kawhi or the players in this actually aren't necessarily the ones.
Ownership is what's
It's the
gonna pay the
ownership
price.
that's paying the price, or the organization. So the Clippers, right? Whether that is significant cuts on their own salary cap going forward. And there's a lot of it varies league to league on what, commissioners can do. Roger Goodell can do different things to the NFL organizations than Adam Silver can. And I think a lot of it plays into part of how stingy and how strict the commissioners want to be. Adam Silver, a lot of the times, has not grown the best reputation for being able to manage the NBA fair and square. Roger Goodell, on the other hand, there's been some decisions that have not necessarily gone over well,
but it's been
consistent across the board. So it's just different in that regard. Rob Manfred through Major League Baseball says that he wants to do all these things, doesn't actually provide action for it. So I think a lot of it varies commissioner by commissioner.
A lot of wolf tickets.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. And Big B, I mean, you're exactly right. He goes, is that called money laundering?
I mean, more or less.
Yes.
Basically more.
Yes.
I just think that, it's really unfortunate, number one. Number two, I think it shows that a lot of just the dirty stuff that goes on behind the scenes, that a lot of it, in reality, this is probably not the first time for this to happen, right?
No,
maybe not. Maybe to the extent of 28 million, it is. But
28 million.
That's a massive amount, and especially because the NBA, there's so many stipulations, and this is where it can kind of be at times difficult for fans to follow. And we're kind of branching off here into another conversation. But the NBA, especially in free agency, can be kind of difficult at times for fans to follow because they have different caps depending on market size, different, and like there's the bird comes into play with contract negotiations. There's a lot of confusing pieces to contract negotiations, and there's reasons why Oklahoma City can sign a certain amount of guys at a certain amount because they're in some certain point of their career versus other. Like, it's a very, very confusing process. And you have qualifying offers, and teams can match offers if the player previously played for him. And there's so many details and other nuances when it comes to NBA that it's very difficult to follow. And so ultimately, the Clippers, they knew that they needed an extra $28 million to pony up to Kawhi Leonard. And if this is all true, yeah, I'm sure I'm sure.
Said, I got an idea.
Yeah, hey.
And they weren't
working a tree planting company.
I don't think they were working with the Arbor Day Foundation.
No. That Arbor Day Foundation is square. They're solid.
It was like, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
The tree brokerage firm named Aspiration filed for bankruptcy in March of 2025.
That seems legit.
Among the list of creditors is KL2 Aspire LLC, with Leonard named as the manager or member. The company owed KLT Aspire LLC $7 million.
Hey, Ballmer gets in the room. He's all right. So we're doing this. What can we name it that makes it sound legit, but we don't have to put much thought into it? Aspiration. I like it. There it is. Doesn't have to be a phrase. We don't even need a motto.
We don't even need a motto. We grow green things.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's got to be something about growing green. Kawhi Leonard said, "I'm a big fan of green."
Hey, Kawhi's like, "Look, man, I'll take that money, but that's your problem. We get caught, dog." And that's what I'm saying is Jay Foreman brings up a good point on the text line. Jerry Jones, when he signed Dion back in the day, funnel payment through Coca-Cola, like exactly. This is just an instance of somebody got caught. This shows that there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that never comes to the light. Comes to light. Jay, I wish somebody would funnel me some money like that, Jay Foreman. Somebody, hey Jay, we're gonna have to talk after the show, man. Somebody give me some money like that, man. I'll even come to work. Yeah. I'll try to motivate everybody.
Kawhi signed that no-show engagement, and AD's like, I'll sign the show engagement. I don't need no show.
I will be there.
Yeah. Can you throw in an extra $1 million for me if I show up?
Yeah. Here's an idea. Just go to work.
Yeah. Follow the rules. That's funny.
Folks, we come back. There's a new top 25, and man, one team has tumbled so low and so far. It's been a long time since they've been that low. And there's talks of an NFL coach that the fans down south where the land of wrath roams, who's saying, we need this guy to take over. Man, it's one game, but to them, it's a lifetime. We'll talk about when we come back. It's The Drive. Show up to work today. We'll be back.
Break out the lederhosen and raise a stein. Oktoberfest is this Friday at Kincaidor in the Haymarket. Music and food service start at 4 p.m. and the party goes on through the night. Expect cold beer, German eats, and all the Bavarian fun you can handle at Oktoberfest this Friday night at Kincaidor in the Haymarket.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Experience an electric vehicle firsthand at LES's EV Ride and Drive, September 28th at the LES Operations Center. Registration is open now, but spots are limited. Visit les.com/drive to reserve your drive.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red, eat at Amigos, and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Football game days are fun for the whole family, but not every child is ready for 4 quarters in the stadium. That's why the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates for kids ages 5 to 12. While you enjoy the game, your kids enjoy their own adventure at the museum, conveniently located just steps from the stadium. Registration required. And the fun isn't just on game days. The museum is open 6 days a week with 3 floors of hands-on play and activities. Out-of-town families, make the most of your weekend in Lincoln. Visit LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this wonderful Wednesday. 1 more sleep until the NFL kicks off. 3 more sleeps until Nebraska takes on the Akron Zips. Saturday night, 6:30 p.m.
There it is.
Nick, what you got, my man?
Well, here's the deal. If you are planning to go to the game on Saturday night, planning a trip to Memorial Stadium, football games can be fun for the whole family, but sometimes younger children can't sit through the whole game, and that's okay. So what should you do? The Lincoln Children's Museum, they offer game day play dates. While the parents enjoy the game inside the stadium, the kid gets to enjoy their own game day experience from our friends at the Lincoln Children's Museum. Drop-off is 90 minutes before the game. You can pick up your child up to 60 minutes after the game. And while you're cheering on the Huskers, the kids enjoy fun activities involving science, technology, art, math, engineering, all centered around football and getting themselves active. It's affordable, convenient, and just steps away from Memorial Stadium. If you're interested in learning more or you want to sign up and register your kid, you have to do it prior to game day, and you do it online at the LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I still think that's just a brilliant idea.
I mean, let's be honest here. As adults, we enjoy, and obviously I don't have kids, but like we enjoy being able to go to a sports bar. You want to go to a local establishment, right? And sometimes those places are not safe, or they're not a great idea to bring a young child, kids 5 to 12, to that establishment prior or after a Husker game. And so you can drop off your child 90 minutes before the game. They'll take care of it. They'll be able to handle everything. it's stress-free, it's worry-free. You enjoy the game with your family, friends, and you're able to kind of do your thing. The child will have an incredible interactive experience from our friends at the Lincoln Children's Museum. And then you have 60 minutes. You don't have to be in a rush. You don't have to leave the game early. You have 60 minutes after the game concludes to go and pick up your child from Lincoln Children's Museum. It's affordable. It's convenient. LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org.
It's a great concept. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Nick, hold on. I'm checking my fantasy football lineup here.
We're not doing
this.
I'm
joking.
I was saying we're not doing this. There is now. I will say this is a little bit of NFL news. Bill Crockett, who is the Washington running back. Did you draft him at all? He's a rookie.
No, I didn't get him.
He's listed as many people were expecting him to contest with Austin Eckler for the starting running back job, and he is instead listed as 4th on the depth chart.
Wow!
So there's a lot of fantasy owners that if they took him as
they dropping him
RB2 on their roster, they're a little concerned, and I'm one of them.
We're going to talk about that later this week too. Did you or did you not have a fantasy team, and if so, who your position are? We'll do that later this week because we got some time for it. But yeah,
Rubber Duck from LinkedIn says, "Do we have to pick the children back up?" Unfortunately, I think that is part of your responsibility. I'm gonna be honest. I think that's part of the responsibility as a parent or guardian. So I would highly recommend picking up your child after you drop them off.
Thought this was an all-nighter.
Yeah. Hey, sleepover at the Lincoln Children's Museum. No, it is not. Yes, you must pick up your child.
We have to pick them back up.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared, man. Yeah, I would encourage you to definitely pick your kid back up, man. Somebody pick them up.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be you, I guess.
Yeah, they got to be you, but somebody better pick up that kid. Nick, was there anything, the top 25 came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Were there any surprises for you with the newly released top 25 in college football, in particular with Texas only slipping to number 2 as far as that goes? Were you surprised? Obviously, I'll go through them real fast. Ohio State's at 1. That was pretty much given. Texas only slipped to 2. Georgia's at 3. Penn State's at 4. Notre Dame's actually Penn State dropped a little bit. Because they would think previously were number 3, I believe, and I could be wrong on that.
Which poll are you looking at?
I'm looking at CBS.
Okay.
You tell me which one you got.
The AP poll.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to. Which one do you got on the AP?
So AP is AP top 25 for week 2. Ohio State 1, Penn State 2, LSU 3, Georgia 4, Miami 5, Oregon 6, Texas 7.
They got Texas at 7?
Texas at 7. Dropped 6 spots in the AP poll.
Now I got the AP.
So Nebraska received 13 votes, though.
Okay, Nick, let me ask you this.
Not that matters, but
were you surprised that Bama slipped so far in the AP to 21?
I wasn't surprised by that. I was surprised that Florida State moved all the way up to top 15.
Yeah.
After one game, after one victory, I was surprised to see Florida State jump to 14th.
Well, you think about it. They beat the 8th-ranked team in the country.
They did.
Rather soundly.
They did, but they were unranked.
But as far as that goes, I was thinking like maybe the top, like 20 through 25,
Yeah.
maybe. I didn't expect them up there. A quick rundown. So I got the AP because I had 2. Actually, Nick, I had like 8 of them. I need to close to my dang screens, man. Good Lord. Ohio State 1, Penn State 2, LSU at 3, Georgia at 4, Miami at 5. Oregon at 6, Texas at 7. They dropped from obviously number 1 to 7, dropped 6 spots. Clemson at 8. We'll talk about Clemson and math a little bit later. Notre Dame dropped to number 9. South Carolina, who had a very strong showing, they're up to number 10. Illinois at 11, pretty much the same. Arizona State at 12. Florida at 13. Florida State at 14. Michigan at 15, which will be interesting when they play at number 18, Oklahoma Saturday night. Iowa State's at 16. Iowa State has Iowa.
That's right.
Saturday as well.
Barn burner.
Yes. SMU's at 17. Oklahoma 18. A&M at 19. Ole Miss Rebels 20. Alabama drops all the way to 21. They need a reality check down there. Their fan base. Tennessee's at 22. Hoosiers at 23. Google me if you don't believe it. 24, Texas Red Raiders. And Utah Utes, who absolutely dismantled, destroyed, and eliminated UCLA this past weekend, 43-10. Nick, what's the most shocking team that you've seen in there?
I said it. Florida State at 14 is pretty surprising there. I was now granted Texas. I get that everybody else around them won. Texas dropping to 7 spots dropping to 7, dropping 6 spots to 7. It was surprising for me. Now, I think the only reason that you're able to justify it is because every single team above them won their game over the weekend, right? LSU jumped to third. I mean, LSU got 3 first place votes. Penn State got 7 first place votes. Oregon even received a first place vote. But for the most part, Ohio State with 55 first place votes. I just, once again, Texas, you lost to the number 3 team in the country by just 1 score on the road. I just, not that there's ever such a thing as good losses, but that's certainly not a bad loss by any means. So I just think that, once again, it's week 2. How much does it really matter? I'm just more interested to see the teams that are now in the top 25, most notably Florida State jumping up more than 11 spots, going to 14th. I get that they beat a top 10 team. How consistent can Florida State be? That's kind of the thing. I would say this. It was a pretty good showing for the ACC for the most part up until, Monday night when we saw North Carolina. Other than Clemson and LSU was a really good game. In Death Valley in South Carolina and Clemson, that is. Pitt had a nice win. Obviously, there's some other teams in there. Miami with a nice win over Notre Dame. I thought that the ACC actually showed pretty strong this weekend in comparison to a conference like the Big 12.
That's the team that I'm a little surprised, Nick, out of all of these. I would say I would go with you with Florida State jumping as much as they jumped up. I also didn't think Alabama would fall that far. I mean, I'm indifferent with Alabama. It's like me looking at a piece of lint. It's a piece of lint. You
just don't care.
I just don't care.
Okay.
Like I said, I have nothing bad or good about them. But I was surprised. But then again, they lost to a team that wasn't ranked.
Yeah.
Which baffles me even more that a team that wasn't ranked is now sitting. Florida State is now sitting at number 14. I think that in the fashion they dismantled at that time number 8. Back where they playing, my mind went blank.
Florida State, Alabama.
Florida State, Alabama. And at the time, Alabama. I got all these schools shooting through my head, but I was still surprised to see that trajectory so quick for them. But like you said, I'm ready to see if they. And when you look back at that game, and on YouTube, they just kind of records all of them sports, and I wasn't like watching it, tit for tat every single play of the game. But Nick, they physically beat Alabama up, bro.
Yeah,
I have not seen an Alabama team get beat up like that in a long time.
Yeah,
especially that someone that wasn't considered their peer, as far as talent wise. You know what I'm saying?
There's certainly some concern, I think. And now I would not be surprised to see Alabama go out and just run it up on Louisiana Monroe this week. I think Alabama's still a fine team. I'm not overreacting after one game. I'm just not. I'm not overreacting on Ohio State. And their victory. I'm not overreacting on Texas. I'm not overreacting on Nebraska for that matter. So I think there's something to be said there. I think that also one thing that shocked me about this week's rankings is after a win, Kansas State dropped from 17th in the country to out of the rankings in totality. They won against North Dakota in a little bit of a nail biter in 38-35 at home. North Dakota almost got the upset at 17th ranked Kansas State. And we knew Kansas State lost to Iowa State over there by 3 in Dublin as well. But ultimately, when it was all said and done, I mean, that's a lot to drop out of the rankings. 8 spots after you win a game. I get that it was to North Dakota and it was only by 3 points. But, I mean, if we ever get to a point in college football where we reward or close losses to other good opponents over just wins in general, that's where I think we need to have kind of a look in the mirror and let's check ourselves.
Chase B says Texas is fine. They could have been Boise. Yeah, that's right. It's a great point. They could have been Boise State and got embarrassed. Coach Bush called that game out with was it not Central Florida? Was it UCF? Not UCF, but Central Florida. Who the heck
that's the
beat
same
Boise?
Team. So it's not. It wasn't Central Florida. It was
the Florida team that beat them.
Was it USF? USF because it was Alex Golesh.
Yes, and I tell you what, Chase B, you're exactly right. I mean, they just got embarrassed. You're talking about a team that was in the college football playoffs last year. Now, granted, they obviously Genty's not there, to lost a number of the guys, but still, you think the pedigree of last year's team would have rubbed off a little bit, but they absolutely just got shellacked and embarrassed. So they've definitely got some thinking to do and looks in the mirror as well. So it's going to make this weekend very intriguing. Me and Nick will talk about those games coming up Friday because there's a lot of border wars, a lot of longtime rivals to be playing this weekend, and a lot of them, which is really good, are before the Nebraska game. So it'll be a feast of college football starting on Saturday morning. Folks, when we come back, we got some mystery. Remember, top of the hour, 10 o'clock, we have the coordinators speaking. And I tell you what, man, I listened to this morning, Nick, from yesterday. Holgorsen didn't hold back on some things.
Nope.
He was very and that's what I appreciate. And hopefully you get the sense of where we're coming from on that as well. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
Football game days are fun for the whole family, but not every child is ready for 4 quarters in the stadium. That's why the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates for kids ages 5 to 12. While you enjoy the game, your kids enjoy their own adventure at the museum, conveniently located just steps from the stadium. Registration required. And the fun isn't just on game days. The museum is open 6 days a week with 3 floors of hands-on play and activities. Out-of-town families, make the most of your weekend in Lincoln. Visit lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, it's Nick. We had a great week 1 high school football matchup where Lincoln North Star got the 14-10 win over Lincoln Southwest, but now it's time to turn our attention to one of the best rivalries in Nebraska. This Friday at 8 p.m., join me and Jay Foreman for Lincoln Southeast versus Lincoln Southwest. Southeast is coming in off of a dominating 30-0 win versus Grand Island, while the Silverhawks look to get their first win of the 2025 season. Kickoff is slated for 8 p.m. from Seacrest Field, with pregame coverage beginning at 7:45. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night for Lincoln Southeast versus Lincoln Southwest, right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Go hog wild. Outback Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, folks. We are back. Yes, Dogman. Yes, you remember that? He goes, Alabama, a piece of lint. Quote from what movie? I can't remember. It was Equalizer. One when Denzel and the main bad character were sitting at a table having dinner. He goes and he looks at Denzel like a piece of lint. I don't think anything of it like a piece of lint. Dogman, my kids, if they're listening, they will tell you, what's Dad doing? Oh, he's watching Equalizer again. I've watched 1, 2, and 3. And I call it, you've heard me say this, Nick, a number of times on the air. I just call it no attention TV. Yeah. If I'm just working on something, I don't really have to pay attention because I know what's going to happen. So that will come on. Like last night when I texted you. Yeah. Trading Places was on. So I'll watch Equalizer, Trading Places, always American Gangster with Denzel. Any of the Bourne movies, except that one where the real Jason Bourne wasn't Jason Bourne. That one wasn't even, I didn't like that one. I'm like, man, come on, man. That ain't the real Jason Bourne. But those movies I'll just watch when I'm just kind of doing some work and not really paying attention. But Dogman, you're exactly right. It was Equalizer 1 and 3 might be my favorite just because man, Denzel was a bad boy in there. But 1 is right there with it as well. But yeah, Dogman, appreciate you, brother. Just a piece of lint. I don't think anything of you either way. You're just a piece of lint. I do want to say this. I appreciate all the support. My man, Jeff Freeman, Dr. Jeff Freeman, man, appreciate you, brother, checking in on me. Kyle Shunkwile, of course, appreciate you. Dr. Livingston, I did my 2-week post-op meeting yesterday, and Doc likes, I still got that lump on my back, Nick, as you know, it's just swelling still, of course. Okay, yeah. Like 18 days out from surgery, but I got the okay to go back to the gym, no more than 25 pounds, and I had my appointment at 11:30. I was at the gym at 12:45. And,
I did see that.
I made the mistake. I didn't follow through with it, but I was going to the rack and I was grabbing some other weights that were having 25, and I was like, whoa, bro, no, you're not doing this. But I was whipping those 15-pound weights and 20-pound weights, and it was just a thing of beauty. I loved it. Treadmill, which will be a change up from the walks. I'm still going to keep doing my walks though, because I've found a lot of solace going out for walks. I mean, it grew on me because before surgery, I'm like, go for a walk. Why? What are we doing this for? I love my walks now. You know, just time to just be quiet, talk to God, think about my thoughts, etc. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna go back to Farrell's. Obviously, no kicking, of course. And I asked him, I said, "What about Farrell's?" He goes, "I said, the punching bag." I said, "Have you heard of Farrell's?" He goes, "Yeah, Farrell's expert." I was like, "You ever go?" He goes, "No, it gets me afraid." So Jeff has let you know I'm gonna give Adam, the guy, and Dr. Livingston some information about that. But he said, yes. He goes, just don't try to move the bag quite yet. He goes, light punches, and he goes, no running, walk in place, and he goes, obviously no kicking, but just to be back in the gym environment,
do some ab crunches, ab workouts. sit-ups.
Why are you such a punk, man?
I was just asking a
said-
question.
You know that would hurt me. See, you always think of things that would hurt me.
No, whoa. I was because if you were gonna say yes, I was gonna say now AD. That's not very smart.
No,
I was gonna look out.
I'm going to
for
go
you.
back to the Matt Talbot kitchen remark again when you made fun of me because I was limping. You know, you define this out as you get older, man.
It was not me making fun of you.
Kind of.
It was me letting the tour guide know that we had to slow down a little bit just because you.
Well,
were,
you told her
were
I was
behind.
older than Methuselah.
I did not, because I don't even know what that means.
Well, Methuselah was a character in the Bible. Not a character, it was a person in the Bible, and he was very old.
Okay.
He didn't die. He just transposed to heaven. I mean, God just caught him up. He just went there. He was like old, you know. Or Enoch did that. But nevertheless, you were saying I was old. You said, and she says, "Who's Methuselah?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's being mean again." So that's what you were doing to me, Nick. And you know what?
Because I don't even know what that
I'm
is.
really taking offense to the old man jokes. Yes, David, thank you. I'm here to throat punch swim for you, AD.
What do you got for history today, AD?
You're going to be history, Nick.
Here he comes. Look, I see him walking in now. David just must not work.
You know where David's at?
He's right here.
On the north side. We stick together, man.
You live on the south side.
But in my heart,
27th and Old Cheney is not north side.
But in my heart, we have that saying. Look,
He's just standing there. He's just standing there.
Hey, north side, mount up!
You cannot say north side.
That's where I come from.
But you don't live there. You haven't lived there. How long have you been?
It doesn't matter where you live. It's matter where you at.
Where you live is the same place where you're
Nick,
at. And
it doesn't matter where you
south.
live. It's from where you're at. From where I came from was 1305 North 25th Street, man.
And where have you been?
North side?
Where have you been?
Don't worry about that, Nick. It's where you started. You never forget where you started
Somewhere
from.
between Old Cheney and Pine Lake. I frequent South Point. It gets kind of scary over there at times.
Yeah, they're scared of me. We got a black guy perusing on aisle 4.
Yeah.
Aisle 4, bald black man attempting to look sophisticated. Watch his pockets.
Oh man, what do you
My
got?
brother can't stop here. I'm looking for books.
Sorry, this is a Shields. What do you got for history?
It's
today?
like that. It's like in that movie with Eddie Murphy again and Boomerang. Have you seen Boomerang now?
No.
They walk into so it's Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, and David Allen Houston. David Allen Greer. They walk into this department store. And this dude's just over him, helicoptering them. You know. They go, "We don't have layaway." They're like, "What? We don't keep cash in the store." I was like, "Man, what's all that about, man? These are three black executives and they get the business." You know what I'm saying, man? Oh, man. I got to expand your horizons on the challenges of being a brother in the burbs.
What a rough life.
Tom Massey, I got to say this, man. Tom listens quite a bit. Have you ever golfed with Massey before?
No.
So Tom is like a ridiculous good golfer.
Mhm.
He will tell you what he's going to shoot that day.
Okay.
So if he's golfing with clients, he goes, "Yeah, I'm just gonna mail it in, shoot 80, 79." Now, one time, a particular who remained unnamed on this conversation was talking trash to Tom.
Ref?
No. This guy's a pretty good stick too.
Okay.
But Massey is lethal. He goes, "I'm surgical with these, you know that movie, man.
Mhm.
Training. I'm Massey. I'm okay." He carved this dude up.
Dang.
You know, it was just ridiculous. But
Yeah.
you know, Massey always says this. He grew up in with the East High, so all the Spartans out there. This is history. What it counts for. He goes.
This is history.
He goes, "Yeah, man, it was a rough life out there in Fox Hollow.
Mean streets of Fox Hollow.
Mean streets of Fox Hollow."
Yep. See,
if we're the mean streets of Fox Hollow,
if we're doing where we grew up, then I would technically be a North Sider as well because my
went to
parents.
Pius
No,
X.
whoa,
What are you
you don't
talking
even know
about?
this. My parents built a house over. Stop. We're not having this conversation. We're not having this
Our house was
conversation.
built in 1928, I think. That was like you built a house.
My parents built a house in 01 just north of Lincoln North Star. Over there, the gas station used to be a BP.
You guys bought a lot and built a house.
We're not doing this.
Must be nice, Craig. I
So
tell you.
if we're doing this whole it matters where you came from, then I would be North Side as well.
Yeah, but you're in that new North Side.
All the double standard, all the stipulations. Are you North Side or are you new North Side?
He's that
I
new
don't know.
North Side. You guys don't even say North Side. You guys, we're from the North Side.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's wild.
Folks, something else is on the North Side. It's the stadium. There was a conversation that took place in North Stadium on yesterday. Or, no, actually, it would technically be West Stadium where they do the pressers at, wouldn't it be? Remember you go to West Stadium?
They do it's the Hawks Championship Center.
Hawks
It's not even at the
Championship
stadium
Center.
anymore.
Not even at the championship.
It's okay though.
It's out there.
You can come down with us one day.
I'd love it. We're going to hear from the coordinators, folks, and some very telling statements from Holgorsen. Nothing bad, but I tell you what, it shows you there's a new sheriff in town of that OC. We'll talk about when we come back. It's a drive.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a 1-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gannett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gannett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gannett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GannettTrucking.com.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. Go bold this summer and fall with endless possibilities. Stop in now for the best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coats, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and sport teammates by visiting Amigos.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. Nick's not back because he got throat punched out in the lobby. They are administering CPR.
Hi.
Hello. Nothing like a good old throat punch from the north side. The real north side.
It was weak.
It was weak. Unknown texter 8726. So you're not a Rocket, or are you for Rusty Links of Change? Hey. Watch the Rusty
Say it
Links
loud.
thing.
Say it loud for the people.
Unknown texter 1805. I know they have technical difficulties this morning.
Yeah.
They literally had no power for a little over an hour this morning. So the breakers, thank you for your patience on that. They will get those podcasts downloaded. So they're kind of behind, just trying to catch up with that. So you can imagine all the content for an hour that you missed, getting that thing upgraded and back up to where it's supposed to be at. So bear with them. Those will be up by end of day, if not by the time the show's over, as far as that goes. But lunchtime, I would assume, Nick, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it just all matters on. I mean, there's only going to be 2 hours worth of early break going to be podcasted today because they only had a 2-hour show since they didn't get on the air till 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for like the 9 segments like usual, you won't see those. You'll only see 6. So just plan accordingly.
Absolutely.
And it'll all be okay.
This segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected rep since 1999. Can help protect your home, your family, your vehicle, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you.
This is probably good. Also an opportunity to remind people if for whatever reason you want a visual, if you want to see the podcast, and this would be a good in response to that texter as well, you can always go back on YouTube and check it out. Like the shows are all archived. They're saved on every single platform that we stream on. I understand that it's nice to just have the audio format 9 times out of 10, but if you want some sort of it and you can't, for whatever reason, can't find it, can't figure it out through the podcast site, go ahead and just pull up YouTube, pull up Facebook, pull up Twitter, and the whole entire show is on there.
Absolutely. Appreciate the patience, y'all. Appreciate your listenership more than anything else. Hey, and speaking of listenership and teammates, a big shout out to our radio family member, Kendall Warnock. It's his birthday today, man. Kendall, happy birthday to your brother. A1 Auto, like I told you, they took care of me this past weekend. They did that. And a number of other stories you've heard me share about Kendall and Kurt and their tremendous team at both of their locations. They just got a new floor put on, floor redone at the downtown location. Of course, you know, the one on what I know it's called Hill. Something
Yankee Hill?
It's not Yankee Hill, but it is Yankee Hill, but their address is something Hill, and I forget Dominion. I don't know. It's their south location.
It's on Yankee Hill.
Yeah, right off
it's
Yankee Hill.
between 40th and 56th in Yankee Hill.
Beautiful building.
Yeah,
beautiful garage.
They don't need a new floor for that one. It's already brand new.
Yes, and the thing I respect so much about Kendall, there's many things I do, but I even changed my clock back further to get up early. He gets up, I think, at 3:41 every morning.
Yep.
The time his father passed. It meant something. So I wanted something to anchor. Why? Because I was getting up, between 4:30 and 5. I was like, you know what? My dad would be up at 4.
Yeah.
To do things to provide for his family and teach their own what time to get up. But I anchored it towards my dad, for my dad. And I got that from Kendall. A number of things. Kendall gives away cars to people that are less fortunate. Is on a number of boards, is constantly giving back. So Kendall, happy birthday to your brother. I hope your birthday is a great one because you deserve it all, man. So happy birthday to Kendall. Appreciate you. Love your brother. And many, many more blessings from the Lord. We got, we'd like some blessings from the Lord too regarding our offense.
Yep.
And not that it was bad by any stretch, but we'd like to see some things that we're going to hear from Holgorsen as he talks about it.
Yeah, here's Dana Holgorsen talking about just a lot of conversations have been around the running backs recently, right? And we know Emmett Johnson touched the ball 32 times yesterday or on Thursday, 25 of those on conventional run plays. Here's what Dana Holgorsen said on increase of carries for other guys in that running back room. I will say this. I will apologize in advance. Whenever Holgorsen talks, he doesn't do a very good job of getting out of the microphone when he coughs or when he sniffles. I think he gets closer to the microphone because that man, I think he blows the speaker every single time. But so I apologize if the audio is, kind of distorted every now and then, because that's nothing that we can control. So here's Dana Holgorsen on the running backs and the amount of carries that they gave Emmett Johnson on Thursday.
Have to. The way that game was, it was a close game, hard fought game. He was rolling, man. He played his tail off. So proud of him. Ran hard, was good in pass protection, was good in the passing game, minus the one drop, which I've never seen him drop one pass in practice, let alone, in a game. So, player of the game in my mind, tight game. You got two freshmen on the sidelines. We handed the ball to Isaiah twice early, and it didn't look good. He's still trying to figure things out, and just with his veteran presence and the way it looked out there, he just kept going, and so I don't regret that. I mean, we got to do what we got to do to win the game, but yeah, that can't keep happening, and so, Ives got to get going. Makai's got to get going, Ike will continue to improve in that area. So I don't care who we play this week. That has to change.
Nick, I'm going to ask you this, man. How refreshing is it to hear no nonsense? This is the way it is. This is how I feel. No coach speak is what I appreciated about it. And what I mean by that is, look, we got the object is to win the game. That's the objective, to win the game. This guy didn't know where he was at the point. This guy was hot, didn't drop anything. That's why he was getting aim. But he was also honest. We know we can't keep doing that. 32 touches as well. You know what I'm saying? We know we can't do that. But I appreciated that.
I think with Dana, this is what I got kind of, especially from Dana, more so than John Butler. But John Butler, there was a piece of it, is in comparison to previous years, it didn't feel like they were searching for answers.
Bingo.
When
you tell the truth, you don't got to search for anything.
Well, it's that, but also I think just Nebraska might just be in a better spot as a program than where they've been in the roster wise, depth wise, than where they've been the last couple of years. I just felt like, they know one of the two guys need to step up are eventually going to step up. They just don't know which one it is. It's not that they're not searching for answers on how to generate some sort of run game. They're not looking for answers on who they should go to in the pass or in the receiving game. I think that that's what I really gathered. If you want to label that coach speak, I suppose so. I think that there's a lot of coaches right now after week 1, depending on how their team played, where they're kind of searching around looking for answers on, okay, why did it not work or why did it work? I think Nebraska's staff, especially Dana, has a pretty good idea of why some things worked and why they went to some things. And I think that they are just not searching for answers. That's what I noticed most in comparing it to previous years where we've heard from coordinators talking about the offense. And sometimes it can be as simple as some coordinators and coaches are just better speakers at the podium than others.
You know what, Nick? I would agree and disagree. Some speak totally. You got some that are very articulate.
Yeah.
But if you're articulating BS, you're just going to offend the people listening. You know what I'm saying?
And it's hard to keep a short story straight. I mean, between the entire staff, right? Like you have to think about
everybody's got to change their narrative.
Yeah, you got to think about what the head coach has been saying. You got to follow in line with that. I think that there might be a part of that, right? Not to that they're lying to Nebraska fans. I actually don't think that at all. However, I think that there's always going to be trying to paint this picture that it's better than it is.
See, Nick, but you
just because that's what coaches do. I mean, that's what they all, and that's just part of it.
You know what? I wouldn't say all coaches do. Coach Osborne, listen, this is what's going on.
All coaches
Nick
nowadays.
And I would say, think about this: the upper echelon ones, even if they're misguided at times, we can, for instance, we'll talk about at 10:30 with some of those coaches there. But to your point, there's a lot of them that do that. And you know what they're doing to us as fans, and especially, I'm not saying that I'm astute or you're way more astute than I am because you're covering a lot closer. But at the same time, if you're a Husker fan, even just halfway, you've seen enough football to know what good football is and what it's not. And when you hear someone tell you something that your eyes did not see over and over again, you're just offended. It's like, dude, just cut the bull and just tell the truth. We saw. So that's what to me, it's a breath of fresh air of him just saying that, just simply saying, look, man, this was our guy. The other guys, he's not there yet. He's simply not there. So I appreciated that breath of fresh air there. And to your point though, Nick, this ain't Dana's first rodeo either. You know what I'm saying? He's been in front of these microphones very intensely at times.
That's where like I saw there was a lot of, and this is not me trying to cut Marcus Satterfield slack, right? Because Nebraska's offense was bad. Also, we can't expect as much as we want to as consumers of Nebraska football. We can't sit here and be like, oh, Nebraska's offense is all powerful, right? Like they're a top 10 offense in the country. We can't sit here and act like that after one game, because in the same way it would have been wrong for us if Nebraska's offense went out there and performed poorly in week 1. It would have been wrong for us as people that analyzed it to say, oh, Nebraska's offense is atrocious. They're a bottom 20 offense in the country and they need to move on from Dana Holgorsen. Like that, the same can be true for both sides of the coin.
We need to get you on the Alabama radio station and talk to them folks.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to get a word in.
No one's got any poems called in yet, so we're good.
No, we're chilling. I think, though, unfortunately, like Nebraska, Marcus Satterfield, he was fine on the podium. There were times where I think he struggled to articulate what they were working on to the fan base. And so then you piggybacked that on top of Nebraska's offense struggling dramatically. Yeah. And it made things look and appear and just sound way worse than they actually are. Yeah. Like one of the comments that Marcus Satterfield got dragged through the mud for was when he wasn't aware of like yards per play. And I will never forget that. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you know what? If Nebraska's offense was mediocre or successful and it wasn't in the state that it was in last year, and whoever the offensive coordinator is, if Dana Holgorsen this week got up and said, I don't know what our goal yards per play is. Like, we don't have that. We just want to stay ahead of schedule, and provided a relative answer, you might pause a little bit, but we're not dragging Dana Holgorsen through the mud because Nebraska won on Saturday, and we're not questioning everything. So I think like it's not to cut Marcus Satterfield slack. I just think that some coaches, and we've seen it even at the head coaching spot in Scott Frost compared to Matt Rule, some guys are just made to speak publicly, and some guys are just better at the podium than others.
Maybe like Bill Belichick right there.
Yeah,
when he gets
right.
Back. But when you're winning,
hey, Bill, your short sleeve hoodie. It's kind of my thing.
That's kind of
That's all he said.
But you know what? When you win, you can mumble.
Yeah.
You can stumble in your speech, whatever you want. And it shows you, Nick, how win covers a multitude
100%.
of shortcomings, man. If you win, people will turn the eye to certain things, your other shortcomings, but you got to win. You got to win.
Yeah.
What else we got on the man?
Let's stick with Dana here, talking about explosive plays, because I've heard a lot of Husker fans kind of gripe about Nebraska and the lack of explosive plays that were on Thursday against Cincinnati. And here's what he had to say when he was asked about that.
He did what we asked him to do. I didn't want to.
This was in response to Dylan as well, not trying to take shots, not trying to do too much in the passing game as well.
He did what we asked him to do. I didn't want to start forcing things downfield into 8 people covering, right? So that was the game plan, okay? And so it's a combination of what the game plan was, but it's also a combination of, like I said, downfield blocks, springing people. You know, we had the ball 3 times in the open field and fell down. I saw people falling down out there today. So staying on your feet, being athletic, making people miss. I mean, it's a emphasis of where I'm at right now, because we have to become more explosive. And right now we're just not.
Right now, we're just not. Nick, I don't like what he said, but I love what he said.
Well, and here's the thing. This is a slice of what we hear from Matt Rule. Matt Rule uses the media and uses press conferences to talk to players, and to address the team.
Yep.
And
he knows they're listening and reading.
That's what Dana Holgorsen just did by saying that is talking about there was a spot in here where we saw guys fall down in the game in the open field 3 times, and we saw that today in practice. And so that's ways that he can talk. We don't get to see it. We get to see it before the season starts. We don't get into practice during the season, and that's fine. But so this is what we have to take. These are the words that we have to take and use as gospel. And so ultimately, I mean, there were instances like Nebraska needs to. I think one area that Nebraska's offense can get better in, AD, and correct me if I'm wrong, is in open field making guys miss.
Nick, I think you're spot on, man. I watched that game again on Sunday. You know, just kind of rewind and fast forward. There were some chunks of yards that were left out there as well. Guys just keeping their feet, even missed holes. I mean, there was a few that even Emmett, as hard as he ran. And first of all, you can go back and look at that every tape. You know, if somebody missing a hole or something like that. But what he said is the truth, though, man. Those are things you got to improve on, because a better team, which they're going to see, especially after. I'm just going to say this, man. Akron ain't going to come in here and just lay down.
You should make them lay down.
That's true,
right?
This team has to learn to do that still.
Yeah,
they're not going to come in and just lay down. So you're going to have to force them to lay down. Meaning, it goes right back to your point. You can't be just falling down in the open field.
Yeah, I appreciate that from Dana. I think that there's a lot here to where, I mean, there were instances, and that's where it doesn't fall on the coach, AD, right? Like the ability to make guys miss, and the coach can draw up a play and they can create opportunities to get the ball. Okay, i.e. Ja'Cory Barney in open space. And Ja'Cory was banged up on Thursday. We know that. And Matt Rule talked about that on Monday, that he can continue to play, and Dana talked about it yesterday a little bit. Is that a lot of it is that get the ball to them in open space and let them use their athleticism. That's like a Ja'Cory Barney skill set, I think. I think that's an Emmett Johnson skill set. We just have yet to see it. And Dana talked about it, how they felt like they didn't get the ball to Ja'Cory Barney enough as well. And so there's pieces of the game plan that they had openly admitted that they didn't follow as well as they would have liked. But also, AD, I think it goes back to show of when you don't turn over the football and you don't commit costly penalty after costly penalty, your margin for error slowly starts to widen. Right. You slowly start to have a little bit of a larger margin for error. In Nebraska over the last decade, offensively, defensively, because of the things that they've done to themselves, their margin for error has been so narrow and so slim. So the wider that they can make that gap, the better it's going to be for Nebraska.
I agree, man. I agree. Who do we got on there next?
Let's move to John Butler on the defensive side of the ball here.
Easy.
John Butler, this is a guy that I've been really impressed with ever since the bowl game, and it's Omaha Central grad Donovan Jones. Donovan Jones is a guy that came in, was just was a 3-star recruit out of the Metro. Didn't know what kind of role he was going to play. But now Omaha Central's finest, Donovan Jones. He played some time in the bowl game, had some big PBUs, pass breakups against Boston College last year at Yankee Stadium. Now looks to be a pretty notable and reliable piece in that secondary. Here's what John Butler had to say about Donovan Jones.
Well, the first thing, when we're evaluating players at each position, we want big, fast, physical, and tough. And that's what he is. I mean, he's a 200-pound corner. He tackles like a linebacker. He's got a processing element to him that he plays fast, that he plays well in games. So you're able to play a kid like that at corner for however many snaps he played. And then at dime, he's covering their best receiver in the slot. So I just think that when we're evaluating the players we want to put on the field, coaches talked about find the winners and get them on the field. Well, we feel like we have two pretty good corners in Sierra and Marshall. So we think Donnie's one of those guys that's a winner. So just like Marshall and Sierra, I think they're three of our better players on defense. And so if you only have two positions, it's your job as a coach to find a way to get that guy on the field. So we're going to constantly be trying to figure out whoever those players are that play well and practice well week to week. The system's going to evolve, and it's going to be built around the players that are playing hard, that are playing physical, that are executing at a high level, that are doing it for their teammates. And thankfully, I'm experienced enough that our system's going to be built around them. It's not going to be pigeonholed into, this is what we do. And we're going to evolve to having who we think are the best 11 players on the field. And that's a process that we're still working through. And Donnie obviously has shown to be capable to be one of those players.
Nick, watching the game, I literally had to look a few times. I was like, who in the heck is number 37?
Yeah.
He shot up there one time to run support so quick. I'm like, this dude has a nose for the ball. And you heard Butler talking about he's physical, man. And Donovan Jones, just looking back at his high school, first of all, he was 4th in the state track meet in the 100, 5th in the 200. They had a 3rd place 4x1 team. So this dude, obviously a pedigree of football during his time that was there at North. Coached under Larry Martin's team during that time. They went 8-3. I was very impressed with him, Nick. And only just a redshirt freshman. Played in 5 games last year.
Yep.
But had his redshirt freshman. And the physicality, and just because sometimes you got some DBs that come up, but they ain't really get their nose in there. Yeah. He had no problems getting his nose in the fracas.
Well, and then I find, so you said something, played 5 games last year, still was able to preserve the red shirt. It's just a reminder for folks. It's 4 games, and then the bowl game does not count towards
didn't count.
the 4-game rule. So bowl games do not count for red shirts. Yeah, I think you're right, where once again, and John Butler mentioned his size at 6'1", 200, 205. Is where they kind of have Donovan Jones at. They have a couple of guys with different size, to where, and the easy one to pick on is going to be Malcolm Hartzog, because Malcolm is at 5'9", 180, 185. He's at that frame. So just the difference in options that Nebraska has, I think that they're going to find some creative ways to get Donovan Jones on the field. We've seen that, though. He lined up at safety a couple of times, lined up maybe a little more interior as well on Thursday against Cincinnati. So we'll see what they do kind of going forward. I think Akron and Houston Christian, these 2 games, these can be used, AD, to really sharpen up execution offensively and defensively. But then I think that if you're able to get out there and get to a little bit of a lead, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe John Butler kind of mess around with some combinations of some guys, whether that's on the front 4. Like, we didn't see Riley Van Poppel a whole lot last Thursday, and that's something that we have not touched on. Is a guy that's a single digit, somebody that we have heard about all off season. And John Butler was asked about RVP yesterday, and so I just think that there's an opportunity here where if Nebraska's offense and defense can take care of business in the early stages of Akron and Houston Christian these next 2 weeks in the execution department, there's no reason why we couldn't see some different combinations. As John Butler said, they're still trying to figure out how to get their best 11 on the field at all times.
Yeah, I was surprised that we didn't see RVP more than what we did. However, like you mentioned, is that first game, these guys that may have been on the skirts of getting the game will have. They should put it this way. To your point, they should have ample opportunity to play in these next 2 weeks to show what they can do on the field as well.
Here's what John Butler did say about Riley Van Poppel before we go to break.
I think it just comes down to 3 things. It comes down to, is he playing as hard as he thinks he can? And then we got to make sure if that's how hard you think you can play, we're going to get you to play harder. physicality at the line of scrimmage, getting off blocks. I think with all of these guys, we're not singling out anybody. You just happen to ask about one of them. That's to me where our biggest step in week to week has got to be from week 1 to week 2 is our ability to get off the ball and get off blocks, because that's what really the run game is all about. Whatever call that's made, it's getting your hands on the blocker, getting off the blocker, getting to the ball carrier. So that's I think something we're going to be emphasizing with our front 7, really the front 6.
Before we go to break, Nick, I'm going to say this. I'm going to come back and talk about it because I know we got some more of him. If you think you're playing hard, we're going to get you to play harder.
Yeah.
I want that right there. I'm going to get your point on that after we come back from the break.
Absolutely. By the way, the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department has launched Credible Mind, a free confidential online platform to support your mental well-being. You can find it anytime at myhealthymind.crediblemindcom.com. Here's why it matters. An overdose can happen right in front of you, and you might not even realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, or even unresponsiveness are all signs that can be deadly. At Credible Mind, you can find tools, resources, and guidance to be ready before it happens. Take charge of your well-being and help protect those around you by going online, myhealthymind.crediblemindcom. This message from the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department.
Folks, it's The Drive. We'll be back with more sound bites and getting your opinions as well. 93.7 The Ticket.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
You guys can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. 10:37. We're still going to talk some Husker football because of sound bites. Nick, I thought it was intriguing when Coach Butler mentioned that if he thinks he's playing, and just not just single out RVP either, if they think they're playing hard, we're going to get the show. They're going to play harder.
Sure.
What's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, I think it's big. I mean, that's been okay, let me ask you this. Let me push it back on you, AD. How much can coaches control effort?
Sit you on the bench.
Okay, sure.
If they see somebody else is showing more effort, one of the best
But I'm saying control it.
Yeah, you can control. It's got to
come from the players.
That's just got to come from the player, man. And by them saying that, we're going to show them that you have more, you're going to see it from the person in front of you, because obviously that person in front of you has shown more effort or skill or knows the plays better. But if it's strictly towards the effort, everything else bar and equal, but it's the effort part. And that's just, and man, here's the thing, man. I try to tell these college students and college teams when I go speak for them, even just talking to them. My nephew's at Dordt College there in Iowa, just got there. He's going to redshirt this year, Jackson Dom. And there's a lot of things you can't control. Effort is one of them. Every play, every snap, every rep. You can't turn a blind eye to effort. You just simply can't. I mean, that thing is going to stand. Even if you're Coach McBride, even Coach Brown would tell us, fellas, look, of course I want you running the right route, but you better not run a wrong route going 80%. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're doing it wrong, which you don't want to do, but at least, but
if you're gonna screw up going hard.
Exactly. It's kind of like when I missed curfew. If it was midnight and I was at 12:05, man, I was going for a 2 a.m. whooping. If I'm already late, make an effort to get a real good whooping. You know what I'm saying? Have Pastor Davis hit
something like that.
Hit you in the head with Genesis or something.
Something a little different, but yeah.
I get your point. So yeah, the effort is a thing you can control, and so that is. And Nick, there is nothing that drives me crazier than seeing someone with talent and ability, but no effort.
Yeah.
Or less than what they're capable of. That thing drives me nuts.
Sure.
Man. That's when you see that.
Let's get one more. We want to get to something Brian Kelly had in just a second. Let's get to one more John Butler audio clip about the defensive line. Here's what the defensive coordinator had to say about Nebraska's front four.
I think you guys heard me say it
or front three
last week when I said the defensive line, like, it's not a thinking man's position. It's a get off the ball, create a new line of scrimmage, get off blocks, make tackles, be disruptive. I think sometimes at times we were a little bit too fit oriented, meaning like, am I in the right place? Or maybe the processing wasn't going as fast, but your D line has got to be a bunch of guys that just freaking go and think about things later. And I don't mean play reckless. I'm just talking about getting off the ball, creating a new line of scrimmage, and I think that's something we're going to be preaching with all of our front guys from now until the final game of the season.
I mean, they're relatively youthful on the front line. Obviously, with Riley Van Poppel, we know his situation, but Keona Davis is a true sophomore. I mean, there's some youth on that defensive front, and once again, preaching the consistent message of we're going to play fast. We're not in a hurry. You always say it all the time: play fast, not in a hurry. Play fast, not in a hurry. And so to where it's don't be so reckless. It's just a matter of prepare during the week to where when you get in there, you know what to expect to a certain extent. Be prepared in that department, but then also just go out there and be a football player.
Absolutely. Like I said, I like how he said also establish a new line of scrimmage, and that comes from disruption. That comes from effort.
Yeah.
It's good to hear a breath of fresh air to hear those things. Of course, Nebraska today you put in your heavy work yesterday and today. Tomorrow, most likely just helmets and shoulder pads. So that last work of heavy lifting will be done today. We'll have more information, of course, diving into a little deeper into the Zips tomorrow. Speaking of Akron, who they will play at 6:30 on Saturday night. Nick, we got to get into Brian Kelly, man.
Yeah, so I'm pulling up. I didn't grab the audio clip. I'll be 100% honest, but I have it now because I pulled it up off of ESPN. So there's full transparency. There's a 5-second ad playing that we just got to buy time. So Brian Kelly yesterday, Dabo Swinney, I should say this. Dabo Swinney said this yesterday about LSU. Here is what Dabo said about their whole situation in just a second as I unmute. There we go. All right, let's try this here. And of course, there we go. All right, buy some time here, AD. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was comical because
Okay, here we go. There we go. This is that. So here's what Dabo Swinney said about LSU and that whole situation yesterday at his weekly press conference. So that is what, and I believe later on in this, there it is. So later on in this segment and in this video, Brian Kelly was asked about it. Hey, did you hear what Dabo Sweeney said about you later today? You guys got a 68. And then when it happened that Clemson just got a 58, you got a 65, slightly above. You didn't play great, but you just played a little bit better than Clemson. Here's what Brian Kelly had to say in response. So there you have it with that whole situation with LSU and Brian. Here's why I wanted to bring this up, AD. You become a lot more bold as a head coach when you win.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, if you guys remember Brian
he was pretty
Kelly,
sheepish last year.
Remember Brian Kelly last year? He was like pounding on the table. He's like, we just can't get it done. And he was like crying a little bit and starting to tear up, Brian Kelly was. And now he wins, comes out in a nice little yellow suit, everything in their press conference on Monday or on Tuesday, excuse me. And he's talking to the media and they're like, hey, did you hear what Dabo Sweeney said about you? And he's like, well, you must not have been watching the second half. You become a lot more bold.
Hey, then he said maybe he didn't come out and watch the second half.
Well, the best part, he's like, well, he's probably he must be a really good grader on them, but he must be a really bad grader on us. I mean, dang. That is just cold-blooded.
Nick, you bring up a great point because last year, man, Brian Kelly was like a potential, like him and his fan base were going through counseling.
They
know
were.
what I'm saying?
And they were like saying, oh, Brian Kelly needs to lose the accent.
Yep.
He needs to get done with the dance moves.
Yep.
Just pay attention to football. Well, now Brian Kelly, they win a game at Clemson. It was a very good win. I'm not discrediting the win at all.
In Clemson.
Yeah, at Clemson, it's impressive. And especially when you were the lower ranked team, you were the 9th ranked team at the time, going into 4th ranked Clemson, and all this and all that, and you come out and you're like, well, either there's a really good grader on them saying, yeah, you know what, that's pretty accurate. They played to a 58%. And he's like, or he's a really harsh grader on us. And he's like, because we dominated the second half. He must not have been watching the second half. Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
These are the things that make this time of year for Christmas for the football fanatics and knuckleheads that we all are, because there's never a lack of sound bites or something crazy that happens.
And the best part is Brian Kelly probably knows we don't have to play these guys again.
Yeah.
They're not going to, unless they match up in the playoff, which is potential.
Hey.
But it's like, hey, we don't win. These guys aren't on our non-conference schedule next
Brian
year.
Kelly He gonna do a Will Smith on him, man. Keep my team's name out your
Exactly.
mouth.
Exactly. He's going, we don't have to play these guys. They're not in the SEC. There's not a chance we see him in the SEC championship game. I can say what I want.
I'll holler.
The best part is he might not have been watching the second half, which maybe he wasn't. Saying that the other head coach is not even paying attention.
Man. Eric, appreciate you, man, so much. Yeah, man, I'm doing my best to keep that work. I appreciate your encouragement more than you know, man, for the back. And he said, great radio, fellas. Appreciate you for listening.
I'm sure
Appreciate
Eric was being sarcastic. Usually he does.
For my back, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's been a major support. I love you. I appreciate you,
Well, that's
brother.
good.
Major support. And you let me know if you want me to throat punch Nick in about November. That's when
I
can
didn't
start
even do
punching
anything.
again.
I didn't even do anything. By the way, here, speaking of, maybe. Credible Mind. The Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department has launched Credible Mind, a one-stop online platform for mental well-being. It's free, confidential, and available anytime at myhealthymind.crediblemindcom.
Folks, we'll be back with the 80 attitude adjustment and lock it down on this wonderful Wednesday. We'll be right back.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Copple's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Copple since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Off will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Off make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Off, cleanup made simple.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Big news, Nebraska! Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at LOVBNEB.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel. Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
When only the best will do. Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Tune in every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. for the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. It's the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We back. Folks, thanks for rolling with us on this Wednesday. Look at that.
It's raining again, AD.
Yeah, it is raining. I had an early morning meeting this morning down at the downtown Nail location. Not this one, right down on P Street. My good buddy, Quentin Brown. He's the executive director of Educare here in Lincoln. Great organization. And while we were in there, it was sunny. The sun was coming up when I got in there. We just looked outside the window. It's raining. It's like, man, only in Nebraska.
Yep.
Where you see these change of temperature so quickly. So, yeah, it's going to be, I think, off and on today. But I'll tell you what, Nick, I do not miss the blazing hot temperatures, man.
Really?
I do not miss it at all. I do not.
Before we get to the attitude adjustment, this will be good for Husker basketball fans. The tickets for Husker men's basketball games in Sioux Falls and Kansas City are now on sale. Tickets for both of Nebraska men's basketball's neutral site games this season are available. The Nebraska-Oklahoma game at the Sanford Pentagon that's set for Saturday, November 15th are available on Ticketmaster. The matchup between the Huskers and the Sooners is the typo from Nebraska media. The schools have met since joining the Big Ten. Tickets for the 2 Hall of Fame Classic games in Kansas City on November 20th and 21st are through AXS. The 4-team field at the T-Mobile Center includes New Mexico, Kansas State, Mississippi State, and Nebraska. The Huskers will face off against New Mexico in the opener on Thursday, November 20th at 6 p.m. and will play either Kansas State or Mississippi State on Friday at either 6 or 8:30 p.m. The Huskers looking for their third consecutive 20-win season after going 21-14 and winning the inaugural college basketball crown in Las Vegas. So once again, if you're interested in traveling for the team and with the team to the Sanford Pentagon, great spot to watch a basketball game in Sioux Falls. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. If you want to go to the Hall of Fame Classic games in Kansas City on November 20th and 21st, go to AXS and grab your tickets today.
I like it a lot. Nick, thanks for that update on there, man. And Eric, yes, Nick, you just shared that with me. You see Eric's on there?
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Yeah,
well-known legend meteorologist Ken Shemick is retiring at the end of October. 10/11 announced today.
Big shout out to Ken. I don't know Ken real well, but I've been a number of events together. Just always a pure class, stand-up dude. Of course, his wife was an anchor for years for 10/11. He's an avid golfer too. I see him occasionally in the summers over at Pioneers, the golf place. So big congrats to Ken Shemick. It's just like, like I said, he's just, when somebody's been on the air that long, it's just like part of the family, if you would. So big shout out to Ken. Folks, the AD attitude adjustment today is this. It's 120 days left in 2025. I'm going to be talking about those days countdown quite a bit. Don't focus on what you should get done. Don't focus on your shoulds. Focus on what you must get done. The difference between a dream and a finish line is discipline and a sense of urgency, folks. 120 days left. What will you commit to in these last 120 days? Of course, you're going to listen to us for a number of those days. But if you set your tone and have a sense of urgency, folks, it can set up your entire 2026. 120 left. What are you going to do with it? Nick, no, we're going to do the level about 20 seconds. We got time left. We're going to say goodbye.
That is correct. AD tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Mike Gundy, and we're going to talk about landing, the exchange of words there. Of course, Husker football. NFL kicks off. We got a full show for you. Don't touch that dial. Sports coming all day to drive.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Break out the Lederhosen and raise a stein. Oktoberfest is this Friday at Kincaidor in the Haymarket. Music and food service start at 4 p.m. and the party goes on through the night. Expect cold beer, German eats, and all the Bavarian fun you can handle at Oktoberfest.